So guys, welcome back to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and welcome if you're watching this on LinkedIn. Montel Gordon here, and in today's video I kind of just wanted to break down what a Facebook pixel is and what that actually means for your estate agents if you're an agency owner, meaning if you're a real estate agent. So what I'm going to do in this particular video is jump into my computer and show you what, if you're confused, first of all I'm going to show you what a Facebook pixel is, what it does, and how it can actually help your estate agents if you're an estate agent. So if you're an estate agent, you definitely want to stick around for this one because I'm going to be breaking this down in depth on my computer. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So welcome to my computer. I've actually put together a couple of slides, but I'm not going to go through all of these right now. This is just kind of like a case study on what my company actually does and how we actually help estate agents increase the amount of leads they generate each and every month, whilst reducing the headache that they actually have in their business by automating their follow-ups, house viewings, and automating all that sort of tedious sort of stuff. So if you'd like to see that, just let me know and I'll send it you over personally, so you can just take a watch and get kind of clued up into what my actual company does, or my agency does, should I say. So as you can see, I put together a few slides on you can read this if you want, if you really want to. But as you can see, I put together some information on why we use Facebook instead of the property portals. But in today's video, I actually want to focus on this slide right here. So you're probably wondering, Montel, what actually is a Facebook pixel? And this is why I've put this slide together. Well, I want to break down what a Facebook pixel is actually to you guys right now. So a Facebook pixel essentially is a piece of code, a snippet of code that you actually place on your website or your funnel, your landing page, whatever that might be. If you don't know what a landing page is or anything like that, you can actually watch one of my previous videos where I actually talked about the differences between having a website and a landing page. You can actually check that out, especially if you're an estate agent. That's going to be great for you. So what a Facebook pixel actually allows you to do, it collects data from your traffic that's actually visiting your website. So it actually can track your conversions from your Facebook ads, from people who are actually clicking on your ads, from people who are clicking onto your website, your landing page. It allows you to optimize and build audiences for future advertisements, and it allows you to retarget or remarket, if you like, to people who have already taken some kind of action on your website. It actually helps you gain a lot of insight as well, as in the certain actions that the users on your website are actually taking. So it allows you to see, basically, for example, if you have a particular property on your website and you have a Facebook pixel on it, you can see how many people have actually viewed that particular property listing, and we can actually show them a retargeting ad to come back to that property to book a viewing if they haven't already. So we can actually see which properties are actually getting a lot of exposure, a lot of clicks on there, and we can actually run ads to people who have actually already clicked on that property, meaning we can retarget to people who are very warm. So moving on, it also allows us to run much better advertisements in general, and this is because it basically allows us to optimize our advertisements to show these ads to people who are most likely to take the desired action, whether that be become a new valuation lead, become a seller lead, become a buyer lead, or whatever that might be. This basically allows us to improve our Facebook ads and conversion rate, so we can get a better return on investment for you guys, so that you're getting a better return on ad spend basically and making more money on the back end. So it also, again, I've already mentioned this, but it allows us to do some really in-depth targeting and show advertisements to people who have already visited your site or who, meet a certain criteria or they've taken some sort of action on your website. For example, let's say, you want to retarget to people who have visited your website for a prolonged amount of time. Well, with a Facebook pixel installed on your website, you can actually do just that, which is really, really powerful. And let me break down the reason why that is. So the reason why it's powerful is because we can actually show an advertisement to those people who have spent a lot of time on your website, meaning we can actually show people an advertisement who are warm back on Facebook. So whenever they visit your website and they've stayed on your website for a prolonged time, we can actually tell Facebook, hey, we want to create an audience of people who have visited this website for a prolonged amount of time, a certain percentile basically, and then we can actually show them a retargeting ad based on that activity right there. And again, that's going to be a very warm audience. It's going to be very profitable because we are showing people who are interested an advertisement. Because think about it, this is the psychology behind it. If somebody visits your website for a prolonged amount of time, that means they've more than likely taken the time out of their day to read through your content, digest stuff, go through and actually read, which kind of means they're actually interested in what you have to say and they're thinking about it. It's just that they haven't become a lead yet. Here's what might happen. They might have, a phone ring downstairs, the baby might start crying downstairs, delivery guy might come to the door for some sort of delivery, and they may, bounce off of your website. Well, with a Facebook pixel, you can actually retarget all the people who have visited your website, one, but you can also retarget people who have visited your website for a prolonged amount of time and stuff like that, which is amazing. Again, really warm, really powerful way of retargeting. And last but not least, the Facebook pixel actually allows you to create what you call look-alike audiences. Now, these are people who, for example, let's say you have a list of 1,000 people that have already become a lead with you. Well, we can actually put that back into Facebook and tell Facebook, hey, these people have already become a lead. We want to find people who share similar characteristics to these people, similar behavioral patterns, interests, and that sort of stuff. So what it's basically doing there is actually weaving through all the people to find people who share similar characteristics to the people who have already become leads on your website or through one of your funnels. So that basically increases your probability of expanding your client base, basically. I hope that makes sense. So I just want to show you what, the traditional estate agent, I'm just gonna go find some estate agents in my local area and just show you that this is a real strategy. So let's take a look at William H. Brown. This is a huge company that will have a Facebook pixel installed on their website. So let's just quickly load, and while I load up another one. So as you can see, I've literally just loaded up 2 estate agents from my local area, and as you can see, we have this little green weird looking icon here. Now this is basically a Google Chrome extension tool. So if you ever want to check if your website has a Facebook pixel installed on it or not, what you can do is go to Google Chrome. Make sure you're on Google Chrome because this only works on Google Chrome. You want to be on Google Chrome, you just want to open up a new tab and just type in Facebook pixel helper. And what you want to do is you want to go to the Chrome store and you actually want to go and download this extension, and it will actually just live here just like that. This is exactly what it is right here, this little gray thing where my mouse is. And so what you can do with this is actually go to your website, just load it up like normal, literally just go to your website and you will see whether it lights up or not. So if it lights up blue in the background and it has like a little green box next to it, that means there's a pixel found or pixels found on that particular website. Whereas if you take a look at a website that does not have a pixel, as you can see, it says there's no pixel found on this website. Again, a pixel, very, very important. And let me just give you another quick example. So let's say that I was, genuinely interested in this property right here, and I'm actually taking a look at this property. Well, if there was a pixel installed on this website, which there isn't, unfortunately, but what this pixel would be able to do is show in the back end of Facebook that, I've actually clicked on this particular property if I have a Facebook account. So what you can actually do with that information is back on Facebook. So let's say that I, get distracted by the phone ringing downstairs or the baby starts crying downstairs, or like, again, there's a million one different distraction that can actually happen. But let's say that I bounce off of this website, I actually leave that website. Now that company right there would have actually lost me as a potential lead, even though I was actually interested in that particular property. Of course, I'm just giving you guys a demonstration, but let's say that I was interested in that particular property. Well, they have just lost me because they don't have a strategy or a method to actually bring me back to that property to then make me book a house viewing. And again, of course, that could be thousands of pounds being wasted and left on the table, especially if the property is 350k, and it obviously depends all upon your estate agent's fees and stuff like that, but that's a lot of money down the drain just from not having a Facebook pixel. And here's the real kicker. The Facebook pixel is actually provided to you for free by Facebook. So if you actually just go and type in how to get a Facebook pixel into Google, it will walk you through it. It's really easy. So you shouldn't not have a Facebook pixel on your website, and the sooner you get it, the better it will be, because the pixel needs time to collect data from the traffic that's visiting your website. So if you're getting a lot of traffic to your website, definitely install the Facebook pixel as soon as possible, because then it can start tracking conversion data, all sort of activity on your website and all that sort of good stuff. But with that being said, that's what a kind of Facebook pixel is, and it allows you to do some really crazy stuff. Again, the example I just gave you is, you know, if I was looking at a certain property but then I got distracted, so I bounced off the website, aka I left the website, then that's it. That's a lead gone forever. However, with the Facebook pixel, if it was installed on that previous, you know, company's website, they would actually be able to retarget me back on Facebook, encouraging me to come back to the website or to book some sort of house viewing. So that could actually then lead in me becoming an actual lead for them and then becoming a paying client down the road. So as you can see, they're literally leaving a lot of money on the table. And again, like I said in one of my previous videos about the estate agents niche, is that, you know, it's not necessarily a problem whether or not the website's getting a lot of traffic or not. Most of them are not getting that much traffic. Again, that's just the aim of the game, but some of them are getting a lot of traffic. It's just that people don't know how to really nurture leads and actually convert this traffic into actual leads and actually nurture those leads into actual paying clients. And that's what my agency specializes in. So with that being said, I hope that you've actually learned a little something here as to what a Facebook pixel is and what it kind of does. I mean, there's a million and one things you can actually do with the Facebook pixel. There's all sorts of little tips, tricks, techniques that I've barely even managed to even cover. I've literally just scratched the surface on this. But what I'll do is, if you guys want to kind of talk about how I can actually implement a strategy like this into your business, I'll leave a link below this video. If you're on LinkedIn, I'll leave the link in the caption somewhere, so you can actually just book a 15 free-minute chat with me, or you can even just DM me on LinkedIn just to see if this makes sense for your actual business. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in a next video.